I am late. Why am I late? I went to lay down around 8 o'clock, and last time I looked, it was 9 o'clock, and criminals knocked me out. I'm so sorry I'm late, and the criminals put me to sleep. So, what else is new? Yeah, totally knocked out. Totally knocked out. Oh, I am tired. I've been tired for the last week or so because of the snow and the cold and all the extra responsibilities and stuff. But I was lying in bed listening to music. It was around 8, and then I looked, it was 9, and I was just about ready to get up. And I decided I'm going to just stay in bed and stretch a little bit, and they knocked me out. How are you guys? How are you, con artists? Oh, you were going to email me. And I had my phone with me. And then I said, well, even if nobody shows up, I'll just keep the live open so that you guys can talk amongst yourselves. Hi, Monter. Welcome. Russian borscht soup. Oh, so you're a good cook. I did not cook today. I usually cook like 2 or 3 times a week, and then I'll cook a little bit more than usual and save it for the next day. Hi, SDL. Welcome, welcome. I'm late because the criminals put me to sleep. I was lying in bed listening to music. It was around 8, and then I looked at my clock, and it said 9. And then before I knew it, it was this time. That was it. That's what they do. It's all deliberate. We had a little bit of a heat wave today. It was in the 40s. Oh, that sounds good. That those ingredients sound really good. Welcome, welcome. Please remember to hit the thumbs up while you're here. Welcome, everybody. I'm late because the criminals put me to sleep. They just knocked me out. You know what I noticed? They can't do it while I'm sitting up. Or I guess they can try, but it's only when I'm either sitting down or lying down. If I'm walking around, they'll try to knock me out. But obviously, when you're walking around, it's not going to happen. It's more when I'm in a relaxed state. Oh, you're welcome. This is really important stuff, and a lot of people don't understand what's going on with the list. And it's mostly that trapped in a black box, the growing terrorism watch listing and everyday policing that the ACLU published in 2016. It's really a phenomenal PDF. Wait. Because a lot of people don't understand the whole process or the list or how it's done. And again, this is 2016. That PDF was 2016 based upon information my favorite Bureau of Instigation gave them around 2008. 2008 information, and the FOIA was incomplete. There was information that they never received. So it's not even up to date. I would like to see that PDF updated to 2025. So if they received the information 2008 and then they wrote it 8 years later, I can't even imagine if it was updated now. I'm thinking that they might even have new categories. There could be new categories. Some of the old categories may have the names have been may have been changed. And based upon that document, that PDF at that time, based upon information from 2008, there were 900,000 people on the various lists. That's why when I think about what it could possibly be now, it's got to be at least 4 to 5 million people. It has to be. Please remember to hit the thumbs up, guys. It just has to be. I would like to ask Tulsi Gabbard to get it updated. Last time you checked, it said 2 million. I think it's more than that. Yeah, AI, facial recognition. What about the predictive policing and how they're going into the schools now? And if a kid acts up, they'll place them on a list and then harass them. Thank you, SDL. So this is and the bigger problem, even the bigger problem with this watch list is that you can't find out if you're on it. I mean, obviously we know we're on some blacklists. I mean, there's so many reasons and that we know that we're on some list. I mean, it's just obvious. But they won't confirm or deny that you're on a list in the name of national security. I mean, give me a break. This is ridiculous. There's no due process. And the thing is, the non-investigative subjects, they're non-investigative because they're experimenting on us. Oh, yes, it's a blacklist for sure. A watch list is basically a blacklist. It's sort of like or is it black ops? Oh, it's both. It's absolutely both because the criminals that are on my property, they are definitely that. And when I was in New Jersey, the types of people that were following me, they were they all looked like they were retired FBI, retired intelligence. Maybe they weren't even retired, but there was this one guy who was following me. I was going to say he was probably in his 60s, white hair, always staring at me from his black Escalade. Those Escalade cars, they're kind of expensive. Hi, Ace of Cups. I'm late because I was knocked out. I went to lay down in bed around 8. I looked, it was 9 o'clock, listening to music, and then they knocked me out again. And when I woke up, it was just a little while ago. Yeah, I decided that, even if I wasn't talking, I would just leave the live going just so that you guys can chat amongst yourselves. Does anybody hear that creepy voice or anything? And please remember to hit the thumbs up. Oh, goodness. Conrad says, soon children will be assigned a social worker from cradle to grave to meet certain expectations. So, yes, if a child rebels or fails, then what? Put them on a list? It's ridiculous. Oh, do you hear the creepy voice? Ugh. I don't know what to do about it. I've reported it to YouTube a couple of times. I've even, had you guys record it, and then I've played it back on the channel as a separate video, tagging YouTube. Nothing helps. Welcome, welcome. I do think so. I do. I think especially here in Kentucky. Um, the people here, these are really depraved people. The stuff that they're doing to my body physically, I mean, of course, I don't discuss it. I don't discuss it because, I've got a lot of perps. Hi, Paul. Welcome. There are a lot of perps in the comments section. Oh, yes. The last names. This is what I noticed in the Manalapan police. The guys that were involved in harassing me, they appear to have German last names, and this is not anything against any German people, um, but they had that kind of affiliation. Welcome, welcome, Ace of Cups, Monter, Paul, SDL. Yeah, think about it for a minute. But although, I don't know if that's just something that I noticed in New Jersey. Exactly, the Stasi. And we're turning into a police state. There's a YouTube creator that I've been listening to a little bit, just because she talks about all the corruption in Kentucky. Her name is, it's Hillbilly Crime. And when I saw it, it's like, oh my goodness, it's like hillbilly crime. Like I've got the hillbilly mafia here. But she talks about all the corruption in Kentucky, and it's everywhere. It's like all the counties. There's one cop in Kentucky, the civil rights lawyer, has been doing videos on it. This one Danville, Kentucky cop, he's beating up senior citizens, and nobody's firing him. D'Angelo DeSilo. Yeah, a lot of people are saying that. Don't put your trust in. Yeah. The hee-haw mob. That's hilarious. Well, Richard Moore did a short about my neighbor, and he used that kind of hillbilly music on his short. It was so funny. Hi, Jill. Welcome, welcome. Oh, Sabrina's really good. I haven't watched her in a while. I have to be in the mood because my brain does backflips listening to her. Yes, where's the test? It's horrible. It's really bad. I want to ask you guys a question, and does anybody ever come into your house and slice the back of your ears? Does anybody have the back of their ears sliced? And what I've noticed is it's been happening like every month. But the last couple of months, whatever they're doing or inserting is having a very bad allergic reaction in my body. It's causing my skin around the area to be very itchy and dried and not healing, and it's changing the texture of my skin. Oh, it's just really bad. I sent photos. Hi, Elsie. Welcome. Yeah, the ears. It's horrible. I've got slices behind the back of my ears. Oh, yes, yes. With the gate, yes. Oh, yeah, my neighbors are something else. There's something else. Yes, the Scarlet. Yep, her text messages. Oh, yeah, yeah. How many times? What was it? A dozen times that she said kept saying it? And meanwhile, the people around here, the women in particular, generally, they don't drive alone. They always drive with somebody else in the car. So I guess they're the ones that are scared. Yeah, Sabrina's very intense. I like her. I appreciate her videos. I haven't had the time. Yes, yes. No, I understand. I used to when I was a staffing recruiter, I used to recruit people like her, network engineers. But this is like off the charts, this kind of networking engineer. Are you Elon and endorse? How do you know that? Because the government spending on it is ridiculous. It has to be ridiculous. Oh, Brian, yeah, Brian Coffrin. I have his videos. Welcome, AA. Welcome. Yes, I'm here. I was knocked out. They knocked me out. That's why I'm late. I usually start at 10 p.m. I started closer to 11. Please remember to hit the thumbs up when you come in. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, Brian Coffrin stuff is great. He was like the SIS whistleblower in Seattle. Uh, what kind of equipment does he create? What equipment are you referring to? You mean the brain to computer or monitoring surveillance equipment? And I think the thing is that once you're on the list, even if you were to try to get your name off the list, like let's say you met a high powered person that was in a position to get you off the list, your name's already out there. Your name's already been sold. I don't know how much of it could be retracted unless there was a person in a really high level person. It's definitely from the energy weapons. Two photos of the slice on your forehead. Oh, okay, let me I haven't checked my mail. Let me just you continue amongst yourselves, and let me just turn this music back on here so there's no let me see. I'm not seeing I'm in my mail now, and, I see, STL, you gave me a post. Oh, oh my goodness. So STL sent me an email that says, "Oops, they let the cat out of the bag about the military conducting secret operations on the American people. Wait till you see this." Oh, well, I can't wait to see this. And let me just mark it unread and go back to the other one. Then you sent me a video. Watch Lucifer and Luciferians, Masters of Deception. Oh, Chuck Swindoll. I've watched him before. I'm not gonna play it, so I don't wanna get a copyright, against his work, but I will definitely watch this later, thank you. Let's see. Oh my goodness, okay, no, I just received an email. So I just received an email. That woman, Jessica, that's being held against her will in the mental ward for 7 months, she's a PhD chemist. I just received a message of what they're giving her. They are injecting her once a month intramuscularly with Abilify. It's primarily used in the treatment of schizophrenia, bipolar disorder, and irritability associated with autism. She doesn't have any of these things. And then they're giving her Cymbalta, which is duloxetine. It's the name Cymbalta in Japan. The main uses are for depressive disorder, generalized anxiety disorder, neuropathic pain. She doesn't have any of this stuff. They are killing this woman. This is unbelievable. I am really pissed off now. I don't have a photo from you. Let me see. Look up for Charlie. Had a video about I saw that. Yes. Hi, Lori. Welcome. Please remember to hit the thumbs up. Yeah, I'll put in the chat what they're giving this PhD chemist. 1 second. Let me get the email again. So they're giving her this. Okay, so this is the first one. Welcome, Lori. They're giving her that. And then they're giving her this. Oh, okay. It may take a while for. Oh, okay. Oh, it's all forced. Yeah. Well, she's there now 7 months. Hi, Battle. Welcome. Welcome. I'm late. They want to discredit her. Yes. You want to know why? Jessica, not only she has a PhD, she's a chemist. She's on a mailing list, a TI mailing list that I'm on. Of course, they want to discredit her. Well, they're going to be bombarded with phone calls because we've already Jesse Mendoza, whose website is wirelesswatchblog.org. Let me just write that down here. I'll tell you why. Well, there. This is Jesse. He's filed several lawsuits. Hi, Dream. Welcome. I'm late. I was lying in bed listening to music. 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, and then they knocked me out. It was all deliberate. So yeah, so Jessica is being held against her will in the Tuscaloosa, Alabama facility, and we've got to get her out. We've got to make waves. Yeah, they knocked me out. She's being held against her will. Her lawyer, what happened was she moved. I don't remember what state she moved from. And then she moved back home to Alabama. But evidently her mother and her brother had that one, they're envious and jealous of her. Jessica has a PhD in chemistry. She's a chemist. She found the poison. They were poisoning her food. She analyzed her own food. She's being poisoned. Her mother and brother Baker acted her because she was wearing shielding. Meanwhile, she has a bona fide letter from Dr. Beatrice Golem that she is EMF sensitive. They Baker acted her because she was living in her mother's house. And they did that. I don't know all the details. It's Hi Cheryl, welcome. It's absurd. And I just found out about this 2 weeks ago. You know, life gets so busy here, and I'm on the mailing list, and I was wondering why she hadn't been posting for a while, but it's not unusual. And then I read some of the messages, and this is what really pisses me off about the big groups whose names I will not mention. You all know who the big groups are in the TI community. Why aren't those groups with the financial resources, the people that are on their boards of directors and stuff, have a method for getting people like Jessica out? Yes, the judge signs an order to keep her in there. Exactly. And her lawyer in Alabama is a family lawyer, and I'm thinking this is not going to work out. A family put her in there. Now, Dr. Beatrice Golem gave her a letter that she was EMF sensitive, and this doctor, his name is Dr. Singh, Singh, tells her that she's a liar and she's delusional. Here, let's get his name in here. Let me just get this effer's information so you can see what he looks like. So we've been doing a lot of research and stuff, and he has a certification, but he's not a licensed doctor. He's not a licensed psychiatrist. And meanwhile, Alabama has an electromagnetic sensitivity proclamation. So it's even acknowledged in the state of Alabama. So anybody that wants to call this piece of crap nicely and demand that he release Jessica. This is his information. One second. It just disappeared. Okay, so here is his information. This is the piece of shit. You do a search online, you can see he wears like a little bow tie. She's not a threat to anyone. And meanwhile, there are a lot of people that we're shielding. Yes, he was educated in India. Dr. Sanjay K, middle initial K, Singh. He's a medical doctor. I don't have a petition or anything, but that's a good idea. I haven't had time. Like, I've been up to my ears in snow. Somebody was supposed to create a petition and a GoFundMe for her, but I haven't heard anything else about it. No one has contacted me about it. If any of you wonderful people want to create a petition, maybe I can even ask ChatGPT to create one. I just don't have the time. And please remember to hit the thumbs up. So, what they've done is Jessica, who is a PhD chemist, she has lost 2 jobs. She moved to Alabama to live with her mother, who was always jealous of her anyway. And between the brother and the mother, they Baker acted her. They had her committed, and then her lawyer is a probate lawyer. I left a message for him. He hasn't returned my call. So I left a message for this shrink, Dr. Singh, on February 21 at 1:04 p.m. I stated that I'm a psychologist calling on behalf of Jessica Thomaston. I demanded her immediate release. I stated that she's being held against her will and medicated against her will that may have negative side effects. I stated that the state of Alabama enacted an EMF protection law validating Jessica's EMF sensitivity claim. She actually has a bona fide medical condition, also known as a disability, that falls under this proclamation, and instead of being treated with psychotropic drugs, I said she needs to be immediately released. And I read him the URL to the proclamation and asked him to call for validation. I also say that we have an individual that will testify on her behalf. And then I called her lawyer. I left the same message there. Welcome, welcome, everybody. A probate lawyer. Yeah, probate lawyer. Oh, I'll write it. I'll write it here. And if you call the hospital, her number is, let me just get that number, the hospital number, in case anybody wants to call. If anybody wants to call Jessica, because it's really important that people call there to give her support and to also let those criminals over there know that she's got a lot of people on her side. Let me just pull this up. Okay, this is the hospital phone. I'm putting her name and hospital number in the chat. So anyone who wants to call her, tell them that you're a subscriber, you're a targeted person, whatever you want to tell her that just to give her support. And the way it works there, let me see, 330. And this would be calling after 4 p.m. Central Time. Yeah, between 4 and 8 p.m. Central Time. Yeah, she can take phone calls between 4 and 8 p.m. Central Time. Yeah, they allow her phone calls between 4 and 8 p.m. But I think they're getting suspicious now because Robert Wood, I'm going to be doing his testimony. I have his testimony to read. Called over there, and I guess maybe he was a little rough with one of the nurses, and the nurses got pissed off at him. I think the nurse got the heads up from the shrink after I placed the call to him. Yeah, I did go to that woman's channel, Renata. She has a lot of shorts there on interesting topics. This is just the technology is off the charts, and because she was wearing shielding. Yeah, she was wearing shielding. I don't know what type of shielding, but I think that's why she left the state that she was in and to go back home. And she was applying for work. She was applying for work when she came back to Alabama. And while she's there, she gets 2 job offers. She tells the shrink, and he says that she's delusional. She can't even get a job, and she doesn't have medical insurance. So all of these months, they're billing her and billing her. And I asked her, I said, do you stand to inherit something? So I'm not going to go into all her personal stuff. I mean, if anybody calls there to say hello to her, maybe, there's something you could do. But I think maybe I'll ask ChatGPT to create a petition. or if somebody can help with that. I've been just so busy here between the snow and the animals, and then the kittens, the little kittens today. It's all money grabbing, absolutely. And they want to discredit her because, I mean, come on, she's a PhD, she's a chemist, and also remember she's on a TI mailing list, and she's in her 30s, by the way. She's in her 30s, and he's a probate lawyer. Well, I don't know. But he's their family lawyer, and he hasn't called me back yet. So I don't know. I don't have a take on him yet. They can keep her indefinitely until a judge says she's being held against her will. But I want to go online. I want you to see what this piece of crap looks like too. One second. I have a photo of him. One second, one second. So this is the psychiatrist. Well, I'm just going to put his link in there again. Exactly. Is he wearing a little bow tie? Is he wearing a little bow tie or you want to slap him silly? Do I have a picture of her? I don't have a picture of her. Um, I might be able to find her. Yeah, I don't know what she looks like. I'm gonna ask Robert. Let me just send him a note back. One second. I'm just sending uh this guy's been targeted for a long time. His name is Robert Wood. I just sent him a message if he has a photo of her. I think this is going to be a primary issue because she's currently living with her mother, and that would be releasing her into the hands of somebody who is not on her side. Hi, Billy. Yeah, her own family betrayed her. This poor, yes. She's a PhD and she's a chemist. And I know of her. I've not met her. I haven't spoken to her on the phone, but we have written privately because she was concerned about my situation when I told her that these criminals keep coming into my house tampering with the food. And she was able to test her own food and she was being poisoned. So, of course, she's delusional. Please remember to hit the thumbs up, guys. But yeah, so I guess, a PhD chemist is dangerous. So she's in her 30s and she's not overreactive or anything like that. She's like really well, of course she's drugged now. But the drugs that they're giving her, they're injecting her Exactly. What if her family does what Brittany's father did to her? Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, the doctor is, Dr. Sanjay K. Singh. Sanjay K. Singh. He's a medical doctor. He was educated in India. Sanjay K. Singh. He's telling her she's delusional and she's a liar. Yeah, he does look soulless. He looks like a narcissist also. Yeah, does the K stand for control? Yeah, he looks like a little bit of a control freak, right? Jessica says he pops in for 1 minute, you know, because he's gotta pop in for 1 minute so that he can bill her some more. Yeah. So this is what it says about him. So he Dr. Singh here, this is what they said about this creature. This is what it says, his training. Oh wait, there are too many letters here. 1 second. Yep. Yep, exactly, exactly. It's just so it's unbelievable what's happening across the United States now. Exactly. He's claiming he's a psychiatrist, but he's really not. What he did was he went for a certification, but he does not have a license. He claims that then his medical areas of specialty, it says psychiatrist. The only certification he has a certification with the American Board of Psychiatry and Neurology. Now, I called them yesterday. They are certifying boards, they're all over the country. And all you do is you take a couple of classes and a test, and you get a certification. But he's not licensed. If you go to the licensing board, his name is not there in psychiatry. So it says the Interfaith Medical Center, internal medicine, was a residency. And then it says the Icahn School of Medicine at Mount Sinai St. Luke's Roosevelt Hospital Center program. That was a residency. Then the other degree is Medical College of Allahabad in India. And then a medical degree at the Medical College and Hospital in India. So these are the things that it claims that as a psychiatrist, what it says is it doesn't say that he is a psychiatrist. It says these are conditions that are treated by a psychiatrist, like Dr. Sanjay. ADHD, alcoholism, antisocial personality disorder, Asperger's, agoraphobia, anorexia, anxiety disorders, autism, then there's more, etc. This is a medical doctor that weaseled his way into the psychiatric field because he prescribes medication. His top insurance companies are Blue Cross Blue Shield, Express Scripts, CVS Health, Medicare. He's located in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Be careful of some big church names in a recovery program called Celebrate Recovery. Just be careful. All I need to say, I'm not recovering. Well, I hear what you're saying. Yeah, all of these recovery places, you have to be very careful. The one thing I noticed, let me see, it's all too much for my brain to handle, and trying to share with what you know seems insurmountable. She needs to make someone she trusts her healthcare proxy as soon as possible. They can then, in turn, get her out. We called a congressperson in Alabama who's done this before. Hi, Paris, welcome. I got on here late because the criminals knocked me out. Exactly. Licensing and certification are two different things. I explained this today because I am not a licensed psychologist. When I got my master's degree in health psychology was not even a licensure program, but I am certified in many things. Yes, that's his medical license. Yeah, that's his medical license. That's not a psychiatric license, though. He has a medical, yes. Yeah, they're two different kinds, yes. When you go to the psychiatry board of licensure, he doesn't have a license in psychiatry. He does have a medical license. He's an MD. Yeah, she needs to make someone she trusts her healthcare proxy as soon as possible, and then they can in turn get her out. The Celebrate Recovery. You know, Paul, a lot of these recovery places are bad news. No, no. A medical doctor is not a psychiatrist. And also, hi J Mango, welcome, welcome. Oh, I'm so glad you're learning from the videos. No, he's not listed on the psychiatry board. This is what I've been trying to explain to even to other people. They keep saying, "Oh no, he's licensed." No, he's certified. He's got a certification from one of these certifying boards. Just like me, I have certifications, but I'm not licensed. You had a gang stalker come into your recovery place 9 months, a 9-month program. It got so bad I had to leave. The smear campaign was ridiculous. Yes. Yes. So if anybody wants to help create a petition, they have to abide by a healthcare proxy that supersedes her brother and mother. Okay, I wonder if that healthcare proxy has to be in the same state that she's in. Oh, they're horrible, these recovery places. Oh, they're horrible. I know because I went for my CADC, certified alcohol and drug counseling. I completed the 270 credit hours, and the people that I was in class with were already alleged counselors in the field, and they were still using. And there was one woman next to me. I can't even say she's a woman; she's a girl. She admitted that she still blacks out, and this person is treating people with addiction problems. Oh, did you look up Jessica? Jessica Thomaston? Oh, you mean the angels, the archangels, Gabriel and Michael? Yeah, when after I finished those 270 credit hours and they told me what I had to do in order to become a counselor there, even with a master's degree, I said, "Forget it. I have no interest." They wanted me to work like a night shift for free. I don't know, Ace of Cups. He sent me 13 emails after that. I responded to him in one email, and that was it. So I don't know. And, unfortunately, in these instances, I've never spoken to the person on the phone, never met in person. I can't be responsible for everybody that comes into the chat or that watches my videos. I've got a lot going on here. I believe that the male counselors were taking advantage of the female clients. I absolutely believe that. No, it was 13. I just started deleting them and then I saved the last ones just because, for evidence or whatever. But, unfortunately, you just don't know if somebody's for real, if they're an infiltrator. I've had this happen before where people just go berserk hysterical and they're usually a perp. And then he kept saying, like, in the chat, last week, "Oh, well, Lorraine knows," or something. I was like, "No, I don't know. Do you have any idea how many emails I receive? How many email accounts I have?" Most of the time, I don't get to read my email until after 11 o'clock in the morning. You were in one in San Francisco, and they laughed at you when you explained that you were being coordinated and stalked by 2 or more people. Well, I'll tell you, when I was in human resources, I handled the medical insurance for the entire, United States and, our other branches. And at that time, back in those days, it was very, very difficult to get your inpatient drug alcohol counseling covered. And then years later, they realized that this population of people can make them a lot of money. So then they started covering it. Why? Because they would bring the addicts in and remove one addiction with another. And I don't know how to say this so that it doesn't get, you know, and they would label all the alcoholics with bipolar disorder because while they're detoxing, their brain is freaking out, right? After, with drug and alcohol addiction, it takes a certain amount of time for the brain to return to normalcy. With alcoholism, it could be 9 months, 4 months, 9 months. But prior to that, while they're being interviewed, all the doctors are labeling them bipolar. And then what happens? Then they get that label. It gets covered under medical insurance, and then they're prescribed something else. So they're treating one addiction with another. Well, There are still a lot of people that they don't look up at the sky. They don't realize that the chemtrails are poisoning them. I watch a YouTube creator, Perma Pastures Farm. They're actually targeted. And they brought in a chemtrail whistleblower on their channel in a live chat yesterday. It was a good one. And her name in Substack is Mellow. I'll just type it in the chat. It's Mellow Cat, but spelled Kat. Mellow cat is a chem. Oh, whistleblower on Substack. Oh, send the link. All right, 1 second. Let me go. Let me find it. Let me go find it. His name is Billy, the Permapastures Farm. 1 second. Um. Let me see if it's under his videos or a live. I think it's under his live. 1 second. Yes, here it is. 1 second. Yeah, this was a good chat he had with her. One second. Yes, yes. In short, anyone that speaks out against the system and its methods are now labeled quote unquote insane and most likely deported in the near future. So don't talk about it. What's the point anyway? Well, actually, what is the system? The system appears to encompass so many things, right? Oh, atmospheric. Okay, aerosol. Well, do you know how many states are enacting bills and laws now on weather modification, including Kentucky? But it hasn't been signed yet, so yeah, it's huge money. Yes, yes, yes. The system is big money. Yes, he had another whistleblower come on with he had Dane Wigington on his podcast. I mean the creepy voice. The creepy voice is back, mumbling. Yeah, the lines in the sky. The creeper voice is back. They should just give it up. And I just want to get back here 1 second. I want to put a link in the comments section. Videos. Has anybody noticed, maybe it's just in my feed, I've been getting all these commercials, these advertisements for Facebook and buying stuff from Israel. The creepy voice is growling. Oh no, I'm not Ace of Cups. Why would I say the names of the people? I'm not going to say the names of the people. Oh, thank you for confirming that, Battle. Because I have a list of people that may have put me on the list. But obviously, I can't confirm or deny if the FBI won't confirm or deny who nominated me, right? And then, of course, once you're nominated, the whole gang stalking crew comes out. Why would I give you the name of my ex-husband's lawyer? What, so he can come and sue me? He hated my guts back then because I then filed pro se against him. Yeah, I can't. But I give enough hints about the feral cat cartel for anybody who's in the cat rescue business. I've given so many hints about who the feral cat cartel is. I mean, literally without mentioning their names. Yeah. Protect them? No, I don't want to protect them. The reason I could say my neighbors' names is because they're all on video. I've sent them cease and desist letters. I filed legal complaints against them. I've been in court with a set of neighbors. But I can't. But I have mentioned Maria in Barnegat, New Jersey, who's married to a retired cop, who claimed that she had a 501c3 nonprofit but does not, and still has photos of my cats on her Facebook page. I have a derogatory name for her cat rescue. It's called the 2x2 cat killer. The cat unaliver. And I actually have read on my channel a letter that my attorney at the time wrote to one of these cat rescue nonprofits. It's on my channel. I read the entire letter from a lawyer. I mean, I don't expect you to watch everything on my channel. I've got over 2,100 videos. KG, yeah, I wanted to ask you, what state are you in? Anyone's phone IP address ping from a different state than you're in your browser? I don't know. I can't figure that out. I don't know. But you've been getting ads from Russia? I'm not getting those kinds of advertisements, but as soon as I log into my phone Facebook page, not Facebook, YouTube, I get a Facebook ad. First thing. And now a lot of people on TikTok are complaining that their algorithms changed as soon as Facebook, they think that Facebook bought TikTok. So a lot of these people on TikTok are blocking Facebook. Oh, open your browser, scroll to the bottom of the page, and it will show. Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. Meta is involved. I don't like, when Facebook switched or joined or changed to Meta, I almost completely stopped using Facebook. It's not user friendly anymore. A deep voice in 3 days, Shadow. Open the browser, scroll to the bottom of the page, and it will show where your IP is. Let me just see. Let me just see 1 second. I have I have DuckDuckGo, so I'm actually not seeing anything down here. Oh, use Safari? I use Safari on my phone. Yeah, I don't use Google on my phone. I think I even deleted it. Let me see. Well, I just opened up Safari on my phone, and it says in the last 7 days, Safari has prevented 19 trackers from profiling you and hidden your IP address from known trackers. Brave browser. Hi, please wake up. Oh, really? Brave browser is uncensored and it's free. It also comes with a VPN. Brave browser. I haven't tried it, but I'm going to copy this. Let me just copy this here and send myself a note with this Brave browser information. Brave browser. I'll have to check that out. Thank you. You felt bullied for the last 4 years. Oh, workplace mobbing. It's horrible, right? So after you told them that you felt bullied, what happens? Yeah, Linux. I know a lot of people say that Linux is the best. Oh, that's a good idea, Fred. Is it possible to body cam them while they're in the middle of their street theater or your phone? Oh, wow. Hi, Tony. Welcome. Yeah, I started the live stream later than usual because the criminals knocked me out. They do it for kicks, you know. The battle says to me, if I could cinematically capture all that I go through, it would be incredibly compelling. I'm sure. But you have to live your life too. I mean, there's so many things that happen here every day. And I say, you know, I've got to photograph that. But everything that they do that takes me away from what I need to do is them winning. Your boss said, I believe no one will intentionally make you feel uncomfortable. The conflicts were due to different understanding. Well, you know, a lot of times when you go to your boss about these things, um, it may get progressively worse. I mean, unless you've got a good boss. Exactly, KG. If you documented everything that you'd be doing it 24/7. Oh, the Brave browser. Okay, thank you. Thanks so much. Y'all have to check that out. I've been using DuckDuckGo, but some people say that that's not even secure anymore. Oh, it was bought out? Okay. I'll have to get rid of it and get the Brave one. Yes, I have it. I received the email, STL. I received it. I like that it has the built-in VPN too, so I'll have to switch. I'll have to do a switchy. I hope it doesn't take up too much space because my laptop is it's definitely been interfered with. It's been very, very slow. Doesn't have a lot of memory. I heard about that, the Tor browser. I think it was that YouTube creator Rob Braxman who mentioned it. Who might have mentioned the Tor browser. I heard it somewhere. Yeah, look out for Charlie's had some good videos. The last couple of videos. Well, that's good. Save those text messages and you can also take screenshots of them so that they don't disappear. Yes, he is. If I had the money, I would buy his phone. Yes. Yeah, look out for Charlie had a good video. I think it was yesterday. No, the day before. The day before yesterday. Oh, do you want to see something ridiculous? I'm going to put a link in the chat to something that Kentucky enacted, a civil rights bill. Check this out. This is hilarious. Homeland Security, civil rights. Kentucky Office of Homeland Security, Civil Rights, Civil Liberties Implementation Plan. Really? I beg to differ. It's dated 2022, so I was already living here. They have complaint procedures. I need to investigate this. I need to investigate the complaint procedures on page 6. And they have the audacity in this implementation, the civil rights implementation for the Department of Homeland Security in Kentucky, while they're stalking and harassing me. That the scope of the civil rights and civil liberties applicability to this program and activities, that they afford all people the opportunity to benefit from programs it administers based upon Title 6 of the Civil Rights Act of 1964, that no person in the United States shall, on the grounds of race, color, national origin, be excluded from participation in, be denied benefits of, or be subjected to discrimination under any program or activity, or receiving federal financial assistance. So there is a complaint process here. They have one called retaliation. It's impermissible for a recipient or other person to intimidate, threaten, coerce, or discriminate any individual for the purpose of interfering with any right or privilege secured by Title VI, or because the individual has made a complaint, testified, assisted, or participated in any manner in an investigation, proceeding, or because the individual has made a complaint, testified, any proceeding or hearing under the Department of Homeland Security regulation implementing Title VI, CFR Section 21.11e. Any individual alleging such harassment or intimidation may file a separate complaint with the Department of Homeland Security. Really? Okay. Oh, good night. Good night, guys. I'm going to be signing off too. I mean, even though I signed on an hour late, it's after midnight here, and I have to check on my kitties. I noticed that the little kittens, their eyes were not opening, and I realized that they were kind of glued shut, which is not good because they're 10 days old now. You'll send them some karma. Okay. So I had to apply some ointment to their eyes. Oh, that's cute. That little icon battle. Is that Saturn? Yeah, what I have is it's called terramycin. I'll write it in the chat. Anybody that has cats or dogs, terramycin eye ointment. This stuff is a miracle. It's like a miracle worker. So I've got these little wet eye pads to clean their eyes. So first I did that, and then I put the terramycin eye ointments. Yeah, it's really good. It's very good for them. The only problem with is once you open it, it just squeezes out all over the place. You have to like stop it from squeezing out. And you end up losing some of it. It's a tiny, tiny little tube. Karma works fast. I sent karma for this friend, and within minutes, she said the perp posted on Facebook that they are now wheelchair bound for life. Well, could you send some karma to the creepy voice and to the criminals that are walking around on my property right now? And for the controllers that keep knocking me out with frequencies. Because they're control freaks. The US Navy created that. Please be careful. I want you to here, take this PDF. I was going to read this, but I just haven't had time. I'm going to put a PDF down. This is the Defense Intelligence Agency Biological Effects of Electromagnetic Radiation, Microwaves, and Microwave Eurasian Communist Countries. This is prepared by the U.S. Army Medical Intelligence and Information Agency, once the Office of the Surgeon General. It's a report that's 35 pages. Here, let me just post it in the chat. And then I received this from one of our subscribers in the chat right now on, well, I'm not going to say it. I'll write it. One second. There we go. Okay, so I posted a couple of links. There's a report on microwaves. I have imparted karma instantly. I have. Okay, so I posted a couple of links in the chat. Thank you all so much for signing on this evening and for the wonderful conversation as always. And thank you, moderator, for chiming in, even though I was, yes, that is great information. Thank you. Yeah, it's excellent, excellent information. There's so much there. I literally, I could spend all day reading that stuff. But yeah, very good information on that website. I've seen that website before. It's a little bit difficult to maneuver around because once you're on one page, it doesn't really get you back to other pages. You kind of have to have the link to get there. But thank you so much, everybody. I'm going to sign off because I've got to go check on my kitties. But night, Elsie and Ace of Cups and Battle and Tony and SDL and Fred and Elsie, whoever I'm missing, Dream Universe Con Artist. Thank you so much, everybody, and thank you for your patience in my signing on late tonight. We can all thank the criminals for knocking me out for another hour. I'm going to sign off for now. Night, everybody.